Good morning, SKN. I am Cortentia Carty.
And I'm Naima Hazel, and I'm in for Jamie today.
We begin this morning with the weather. It is partly cloudy and hazy with a 30% or low chance of passing showers, a high of 90 and a low of 77 degrees Fahrenheit. There goes the degrees moving up and down and all around.
You're always watching the weather.
Yes, always.
It actually looks like pretty good weather this week.
A bit
I
hot.
don't mind the cloudy. It's a bit hot.
Yeah.
Last week it was very warm.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Yeah, it's like summer again. We had that nice little break in the spring or the late so-called winter, and it was nice and cool and nice. And we were so, it's chilly. Oh, it's so cold.
No, I enjoyed that weather. I love that.
And now
weather.
I'm like, oh, where was that weather? I wish it would come back.
Yeah, indeed.
It's been a bit hazy.
Hazy too.
And have you noticed the Saharan desert? Yes, my eyes are just all over the place. So a lot of people might be experiencing issues with their allergies, and really it is the weather.
It is.
So that haze is the sub-Saharan. I think it's the dust.
Dust, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is necessary. But anyways, it's a new week.
It is.
Very excited. It is Monday. Last week we were like, oh, so happy when it's Friday. And now it's Monday again. The start of a new week. Are you looking forward to it?
I am.
You are?
What about you?
Well, it's the beginning of the week. I expect it to be a bit busy, but I'm trying not to be anxious about it.
Good stuff.
So it's important. So we'll begin with the news. Today in local news, local businessman and philanthropist Ernest Amory receives the Order of the Star of Italy. This story coming to us from Win Media. The Honorary Consul of Italy to St. Kitts and Nevis, Mr. Ernest Amory, was presented with the Order of the Star of Italy during a cocktail to welcome His Excellency Fabrizio Nicoletti, the newly appointed Ambassador of Italy, on May 19th. On a week-long visit to the Federation, Ambassador Nicoletti, the newly appointed Ambassador of Italy, accredited to St. Kitts and Nevis, said that Amory, for the last 20 years, has helped facilitate the relations between the Federation and Italy. His Excellency Nicoletti said, he is, let's say, the reason that I decided first to come to St. Kitts, to strengthen and underline how important his task, his commitment, the way he did it, serves as an honorary consul for two countries, not only for Italy, but also for St. Kitts. He did it in such a remarkable way that the Italian President of the Republic decided to grant him a knighthood. Amory, owner and chairman of Amory Enterprises, said he considers his service as the honorary consul of Italy an honor. Over the past years, I have had the distinct pleasure, not responsibility, but an honor, to serve the Republic of Italy. I don't think serving should ever be a responsibility. It should be an honor. It should be a privilege. And so I've been privileged over the years to serve Italy and the people of Italy, whether they live here, whether they come here on vacation, or cruise ships, or the hotels.
It's nice. Congrats to him.
Congratulations to him. I didn't know that was a thing. I always wonder about those posts, those orders, and the consuls. I always think people don't really know that there are consuls here and what the role is of the consuls. So that's very exciting that he would receive that award and bring some attention to the consuls.
I think he's also the consul for Switzerland, isn't that so?
Oh, I think he is for two. You're right. So.
Look at him. Mm-hmm. 3
Scared
countries.
All right.
We continue now with our second story. This from SKNIS. Officials in St. Kitts and Nevis use the May 18th edition of Working for You to highlight the future of museums in the Twin Island Federation, as the idea going forward is to have museums that are more welcoming, embracing, and engaging to the public. Relis Godet, Executive Director at the St. Christopher National Trust in St. Kitts said, and I quote, "What we want to see for us at the National Trust is a modern museum that can capture the attention of all audiences and be able to tell the story in a manner that is engaging. That for me is key. We also want to have more than one museum where we can tell different aspects of our history in a more detailed manner. There are lots of other avenues that we are looking at where we can develop museums, and those will be expounded on as time goes by," end quote. The St. Christopher National Trust is a non-governmental organization that was established by an Act of Parliament in 2009. The primary objective of the trust is the administering and preserving of sites, buildings, and objects that are of archaeological, architectural, artistic, environmental, and historical importance on St. Kitts. Janelle Nisbet, director at the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society, spoke to the use of interactive technology, adding that the incorporation of such will make visitors visit and experience more memorable.
Oh, interesting. Museums.
She did say that.
In international, last week was the week and the day of
Yes.
museums, so that's exciting. I know, Relissa, that's important.
Yes.
I learned a lot about museums last week when I was
We did.
guesting. So when I saw the story, I was like, ooh, museums again.
Yeah.
Listen, museums are sexy in 2022.
They are.
By way of the Nevis Island Administration press release, Ms. Kalia Huggins of the Charlestown Secondary School is the new Youth Tourism Minister of Nevis. Ms. Huggins was adjudged winner from a field of 8 participants from the 3 high schools on the island during the 2022 Bank of Nevis Limited Tourism Youth Congress, held on May 18th at the Nevis Performing Arts Center, or NEPAC. Mr. Kajari Huggins of the Gingerland Secondary School placed 2nd, and Ms. Lochelle Herbert of CSS placed 3rd. The TYC was hosted by the Nevis Island Administration Ministry of Tourism. During the open ceremony, Mr. John Hanley, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, said the Congress is an opportunity for some of the best and brightest high school students on the island to engage in intellectually stimulating and thought-provoking dialogue on issues that are highly relevant to the advancement of the Nevis tourism industry. Ms. Zanella Claxton, Principal Education Officer in the NIA's Department of Education, commended all stakeholders who contributed by making the Congress possible. She expressed gratitude to the title sponsor, the Bank of Nevis, on behalf of the Ministry and Department of Education for its support of children and the development of Nevis. And so that is our news this morning, and we'll be back with more Good Morning SKN after the commercial break.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
No cash, no card, no problem. Jad, embrace the freedom. no cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN for those of you who have just joined us. We continue now with the latest in regional news. This from Barbados Today. President of the Barbados Bar Association, BBA, Rosalind, speaking on a radio calling program Down to Brass Tacks on Wednesday, the Prime Minister said she still was not satisfied at the speed with which cases are moving through the court system, despite more judges being added in 2019. But Smith Millard told Barbados Today the pandemic had greatly delayed hearings in the last 2 years. And quote, we have had 2+ years of COVID, and at times the criminal court in particular were completely shut down thanks to COVID. You can't bring a whole set of people into a courtroom. You have witnesses, you have counsel, you have the judge, you have the marshals, you have the clerk. So there were times when COVID prevented the courts from being open. Smith Millard contended, and quote, you can't just fix one aspect of a whole system of administration of justice and expect it to have this magical ripple effect, and the whole system will be fixed because you fixed one thing. Yes, we needed more judges, and yes, we have them, but that's just one thing.
Oh, that's actually very interesting.
Yeah, so she can't fix one thing and expect everything to rush out, be speedily.
Yeah, and I think that Barbados actually had a backlog of cases before COVID. So I know they were trying to correct it, but it's interesting the way she broke it down because people don't often think.
Yeah, they think, oh, you have judges.
Right.
Why are you keeping us back?
Yeah, why are you keeping us back? And Brass Tacks is a big show in Barbados.
Okay.
That's like everybody listens to Brass Tacks. So I could see that would have been a really important share and response.
Okay.
Continuing with the international news, this story from CNN. 2 people are dead after a powerful tornado ripped roofs off of buildings and flipped cars in northern Michigan town on Friday, prompting the governor to declare a state of emergency for that area. The twister, with maximum winds of 150 miles per hour, also injured 44 people as it tore through the town of Gaylord, which sits about 60 miles east of Traverse City in the state's lower peninsula, causing what officials describe as catastrophic damage. Jordan Arev, a Gaylord City Council member, said, it took out an insane amount of buildings and just jeopardized so many lives. The town is devastated. Both victims were in the Nottingham Forest Mobile Home Park and were in their 70s, according to Michigan State Police. Officials are still working on notifying the family of one of the victims. The tornado touched down in a bustling part of the city, home to shops, restaurants, and retail stores, some of which were destroyed. It's a busy downtown area, and it went right through it, said Lieutenant Jim Gornall of the Michigan Department of Natural Resources, describing the aftermath as we said, catastrophic. Otsego County Fire Department Chief Chris Martin said, out of Nottingham Forest Mobile Home Park, there's probably 95% destruction in there. There had been trailers picked up and turned over on top of each other, and just a very large debris field from the trailers. That is very, very sad.
Very sad, and that the elderly persons who probably had a bit more in their lifespan, they were taken a bit too early.
Yeah, we're fortunate that in St. Kitts and Nevis we don't deal too much with tornadoes, even though we see them.
Do you? I
on
have
the
seen
water.
a few on the sea.
Yes. But the hurricanes. But we don't think. I think a lot about how poverty affects people in natural disasters, and living in a trailer park and a trailer home means that you're not as secure. And
because there's no basement, or there's
there's nothing to ground, just pick you up like a vehicle. So I'm very sorry. We're sorry for the loss of those families.
And sympathies goes out to them.
To those families, right. So there you have it. That is the latest for today.
Yes, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
The continued fight against COVID-19 requires the continued practice of public health measures across all sectors and in every community. Frequent and proper hand washing, wearing face masks, and physical distancing. Do you know who is not physical distancing? the Aedes aegypti mosquito. Let's avoid overloading our healthcare systems. This means simultaneously protecting yourselves and your loved ones from all disease, including mosquito-borne illness like dengue fever, Zika, and chikungunya viruses. Did you know that dengue is the most common mosquito-borne viral disease in the world? So let's get to work. Use window and door screens to keep mosquitoes out. Change the water in vases and scrub inside surfaces to remove mosquito eggs. Avoid using saucers with potted plants to prevent collection of water. Securely cover water barrels and drums with mosquito netting and properly fitted covers. Scrub the inside walls of water barrels and drums with detergent 1 to 2 times per week. Walk around the outside of your home and remove or overturn containers that can collect water and become breeding sites. Mosquitoes only need a small amount of water to lay their eggs. Remove unwanted cans, bottles, buckets, or used tires. Other items still in use must be properly stored in covered areas to avoid water settling in them. Clean roof gutters and air conditioner trays. Debushing and removing tall grass from around your home or establishment is also key to reducing mosquito populations. To decrease your risk of being bitten by infected mosquitoes, use proven personal protective methods too. Apply an effective mosquito repellent to exposed areas of skin according to manufacturer's instructions. Wear light-colored long pants and shirts while outdoors in the early morning and late afternoons. Further, protect vulnerable family members like pregnant women, children, the elderly, and persons who are unwell by using mosquito nets to sleep or rest, even during the day. Fight the bite and protect yourself and your family too from mosquito-borne diseases. This message is brought to you by the Pan American Health Organization, Office for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean countries.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
And we are back. It is that time. It's time for the quote of the day. Today's quote is from Dr. Seuss. He said, "Adults are just outdated children." Dr. Seuss?
Dr. Seuss is a very prolific philosopher.
How am I an outdated child? So do you agree with this quote?
I'm surprised I didn't throw a rhyme in there because, you know, he really be spitting some knowledge.
All right.
Some knowledge just from, you know, a children's perspective. But do you not think adults are just outdated children?
No, because I get to be a child again sometime later in my life.
You will have to be a child again sometimes later in your life. You really will have to be a child. But I think he means he's talking about the importance of having childlike qualities as an adult. I actually think it's important. You know, I work a long time with children in the schools, and people used to complain. Teachers used to complain. Yes, teachers are out there. You know, you used to complain, oh, you just think you're the children's friend, right? But my point was, like, sometimes we have to remember that we were children.
Yes.
You know, and so if we remember that and we try to look at the world in that way, I think that we would sometimes give our children more grace and understanding, and also give ourselves some more grace and understanding, because we're just outdated children. I like to think I'm just a big kid. You know, I really love to do like very childlike things that keep me very fresh. I even like to be around young people because they're full of innovation and ideas. And yes, we have a lot of experience, but they have lots of innovation and ideas.
And lots of energies that we just feel like it goes downhill for us as we go on.
I think that we get bogged down with life's worries and anxieties. And children don't really worry too much, which then frustrates us because we're like, listen, if you just knew what life was gonna be like and how hard it is for us, and you know what I struggled with today when I was growing up. I used to have to feed the sheep before I could carry 3 pails of water, and you know, the kids are like, but mom, like we just turn on the tap.
Exactly.
You know? They're not really. So I think in a way, I see Dr. Seuss's point. Children are actually, it says their children are outdated, just outdated children, but adults are just outdated children. Yes.
So the difference between the adult and the child, what is the big difference? I think with the adult and the child, we have to pay bills. We have to be more responsible. And we have to now cook. We have to learn to drive. Those kids don't have a care or worry in the world.
So you feel like children just have rights, but adults have responsibilities?
Plenty.
Yes?
Because I think our rights diminish after a while.
Do you think our rights diminish? Or we just stop focusing on our rights and we focus more on our responsibilities?
Exactly, more on our responsibility as parents and adults around children.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, I can see that. I think that sometimes as adults that we think children don't have responsibility, and I think also that we also, where I feel we're outdated adults, a lot of us as adults are actually still dealing with a lot of childhood issues.
Yes, that we don't let go of.
That you never let go of.
Yeah.
So today you guys get Naeem a therapist and some hair and a regular job. But a lot of the issues that we get from, especially even in therapy, are people who are dealing with what we call adverse childhood experiences. But a lot of things that they didn't address in their childhood, a lot of love they didn't feel in their childhood. And emotion, and even how they were raised, you know.
Yeah.
So I like to make a joke with the outdated kids. I tell my son all the time, you know, we have this big issue about, and I know all you parents understand it, we really struggle with chores in the house. For those of you who have boys in the house, I know there's some young men that work in the studio. I hope you guys are paying attention, okay? We say, we come home and we expect things to look a certain way. As parents, right? So we come in, we don't see things the way we want, and we start just going off. Why didn't you do this? You should have done this. The kids just got home to, you know, they stressed out. Kids are stressed out from school. Things that we don't stress out about, they might not be the same things, but, and we start going because we've come home and we expect something. And people always say, oh, the children these days are lazy. And I say, is it that the children are lazy or that we have an expectation based on how we were as children?
Yes.
So as children, we never wanted to frustrate our parents.
Never.
You wanted to do everything before your mother came home or your father came home so nobody would abuse you. So you got up before mommy gets home, the dishes must be done, the floor must be swept, the beds must be made, the clothes must be washed, everything must put away. But these children don't care. They don't care. They just don't care. And so you're like, wash the dishes, and they're like, in a minute when I finish my game. And to us, it's disrespectful because we would never do it.
No,
but we also have
to do it.
We would never do it.
No,
we would think like,
yeah.
So I think that sometimes we have to accept that this is a different generation.
I guess somewhat, but you say our parents abuse, not abuse, you're getting lashes.
It's lashes.
That's why I think our parents should have been in the cricket league. I think back then they would have won every single match, because if it wasn't lashes, you better look out, something's coming behind you, and it never misses its target.
Like a boomerang, girl.
Yeah.
Right back.
Oh, sound effects lady. You took over.
Like that Eddie Murphy one.
Exactly.
Get you back, you know. So it's very true, but I think also we do have to get in touch with the childlike spirit.
Yes.
And have a little bit more joy, because like you were saying earlier, we do wake up with a lot of worry about our responsibilities. And young people, like I was saying earlier, they're not that worried. They're like, when I finish my game, I'm gonna get back to you, you know? It's not so urgent, mom.
Yeah.
Relax, mom.
Take it easy.
So now I've had to learn, like, okay, they're gonna stay there. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna have a cup of tea. I'm not gonna let it bother me. But sometimes we have to get back to that childlike.
We do.
Yeah, have a little bit of fun. When's the last time you had fun?
When's the last time I had fun? Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh my god.
If you have to think about it.
Last time I had fun, I would say last week when we were playing Jacks with the Stones.
That was the last time you had fun? Jacks with the Stones?
Yeah.
Yes, and think about that. It was a childhood game.
Exactly. And it brought back a childhood vibe.
Yeah, it brings you back to that place, to that feeling where you had that innocence and where you could just play games. We were talking, I think, a bit about Mississippi.
Yes.
You were saying like you were a
Armsies.
master Mississippi. Armsies. We were making jokes like, I bet you the adults will be the ones playing the most games. Yeah. So maybe we need to do more things like that.
Exactly.
Like go back to having game nights and things that we do.
A fun day in the park.
A fun day in the park.
Yeah.
And things that we do to get back to the things that we enjoyed as children. Yeah, everything doesn't have to be so serious. No. You don't have to sit at the bar and talk about politics all day.
No.
Talk about how hard your life be.
So what do you do to be childlike?
For me, I try to engage in some things. I have sons, so I have sons, and I just try to engage in things. For a while, my son was really into Fortnite a few years ago. Everything changes between 13 and 15. Did you just say, is that a game?
Because I don't know. What is Fortnite?
Bless her heart. Bless her heart. I don't know. Fortnite is a game.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of fall from the sky and you run around, and you used to build, but you don't build anymore. And you run around and you kind of shoot things, really.
Okay.
That's why you wouldn't be interested in that game. But it was very, very popular for a while. And a lot of the parents complained, oh, this Fortnite is taking my child's life. You tell your child to stop playing Fortnite. And I was like, I'm gonna learn how to play Fortnite.
Yes, exactly.
Me and a few other parents, we were like, we're just gonna learn the game and just start to play it with our kids.
Yeah, engage the children.
Yeah, sometimes we can engage your kid. Ask them about music. So like, I love music. I love to dance. It's okay to dance around your house.
Yeah.
Nothing is better to relieve stress than just to get up and dance around your house. Your kids are listening to music all day. Like, we used to love our music. You don't have to listen to their music. Play your good old school music. And
dance around.
Yeah, and dance around the house and try to enjoy it, Don't just sit on the couch watching Netflix all week.
That's the adulting thing to do.
That's the adulting thing to do.
And thinking hard and waiting for the next episode.
Binging.
And perceiving what's the next episode's going to be.
Yeah. And then if you're going to do that, watch with your friends. Have a watch party. Like, it's not so fun to watch TV by yourself when you want to talk to somebody. Like, every time I watch this show, Married at First Sight.
See, that's the thing. I don't watch TV like that.
Girl, you have to watch this show. This is where the people will get married to people they don't even know. Then I got to call my best friend, Nadia. I'd be like, Nadia, did you see that? She's always like, none of these people are staying together. None of these people are staying together.
I've happened to see a few of them in the news that are still together.
They do stay together.
Yeah,
just
some
a
of
few.
them. Yeah, exactly.
So, then you have somebody at least to engage with, so you can say you're adulting, but in a childlike way. Because when you were kids, you'd watch something on TV and you'd run and tell your friends, oh my God, did you watch the... For us, it was like Michael Jackson videos.
But I remember in our day, it was Dragon Ball Z and Power Rangers. You couldn't wait to get home because the next day you have to be in the talk at school about what happened.
Yeah, so adults have a version of that. That's the adulting version. We can go and be in the office. We could come in the morning and talk about our show.
Did you see that?
Did you see? What show do you watch now? No shows?
No shows. I don't watch TV.
Pretend we will not be talking about TV in here. Last week she played Jack. Everybody, I'm telling you, Cortensia needs more fun in her life. You need to put some comments, some notes in the comments about ways Cortensia could be having more fun in her life than just playing Jacks on Good Morning SK.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll work on that. I promise I'll work on that. So while I work on that, we ask that you work on staying with us. We will return after this.
Self-health management refers to the measures people take to manage their own health. You and I should remember to wash hands often with soap and water, or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid touching your eyes, mouth, and nose. Take your temperature morning and evening. Watch for symptoms. Persons with diabetes or hypertension are reminded to take your medication regularly as prescribed. If you have no symptoms, you may carry out your normal routine and boost your immune system. When you are outside, avoid public spaces and wear a mask at all times. If you develop symptoms, put on a mask and seek medical care. Do not take public transportation. Inform the doctor of your travel history, any contact with confirmed or suspected cases, your occupation, and whether anyone around you has similar symptoms. If you become ill, please rest at home. Wear a mask and isolate yourself from others in your household. If you share a bathroom, disinfect daily using 1 part bleach to 10 parts water. Everyone must work together to reduce the spread of the coronavirus.
Where are you going? I just mopped the floor and now the chair leaving marks all over the place. Come on, go in bed, see? Sometimes I just can't take you on.
Violence is expressed in many ways. Most, unfortunately, go unreported or unaddressed for many reasons. If you or someone disabled is being abused, contact the police at 465-2241, social services at 467-1314, or the St. Kitts Nevis Association of Disabled Persons at 465-2151, 663-9077, or 663-4116. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO.
Children, how can you tell a tsunami coming?
Teacher me.
Sammy?
My mother said when uncle jump in the pool and the water spoosh out, that's how you tell a tsunami coming.
Settle down, children, settle down. Do you remember our tsunami song?
Yes! Mommy, uncle not here in the other shake.
Hush your mouth.
Daddy, uncle not here and the sea gone.
Who cares? You don't see all them free fish? Quick, give me the bag.
This is how you tell a tsunami a come. Teacher says so. I would have failed in school, you know.
Sammy, come, let me go. They would have failed anyhow. Let me run, see, Sammy.
Pray every time I feel can't do no different. Swear me have a win, that's why I'ma try again. Pray every time I feel, cause God always a listen. One day I have to win, that's why I'ma try again.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning SKN. You're joining us now for our Youth Power segment. Love it. Very excited to have our guest here with us today, a mother and daughter team we're going to introduce in just a second. So the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, in collaboration with the Asset Recovery Unit of the Regional Security System, or RSS, recently held its 2022 Creative Youth Competition. Our guests today, Zara Creaky, a 14-year-old Washington Archibald High School student, best school in the Federation, was adjudged the best in country for our Twin Island Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Zara's creative piece, entitled The Entrepreneur, was written with the assistance of her mother, who's also with us here today, Sulika Creaky. Join us in welcoming this mother-daughter duo to Good Morning SKN's Youth Power segment.
Good morning, ladies.
To have you.
Good morning.
I love this outfit.
I know, twinning.
And you know, I bought this up for me, but I clicked twice.
Oh. So. That was
definitely
like
karma.
It was like
yes.
kismet. You were meant to have that together. I'll be honest, I've actually never seen your daughter with you since she's
little.
Big. Yeah,
since little.
I've only seen her when she's little. You look so much like your mom, but she's also very beautiful. And so happy to hear that you're also very talented. Mm-hmm. So tell us about the piece, The Entrepreneur. What is that about?
When my mommy and I were writing the piece, it was about It was written about
the market ladies.
a market lady and how they work very hard every day to sell their veggies and other produces and stuff. So, and yeah, that's what it was about.
Exciting, okay.
Yeah, we really wanted to capture the vibe and the feel of a hustler who is first a street vendor.
Yeah.
Because the topic was 3 different topics we had to write from, and so I chose the entrepreneur, and immediately my mind went to those market women, those persons who sell on the street.
Yeah.
You know, they're so creative in the ways they try to get you to buy their produce, so we really wanted to explore that.
Okay, so now that we know what inspired it, tell us about the writing process. Is this the first time you've both worked on a piece?
Yes, it is.
Officially, we've tried. I've tried before, but it never happened. My daughter isn't much of a big on writing. She's more of a creative, like to, create things with her hands. She loves to paint and draw and that sort of thing. And so I told her, we're gonna do this competition, and I told her to, think of some ideas, and I will as well, and then we meshed together.
Yeah, we were actually talking a little earlier in our Dr. Zeus quote segment, I don't know if you caught that, about having a child like adults are just overgrown children or something like that.
Basically outdated children.
Outdated children, and we were just saying, it's a combination. Young people have so much innovation, and that often as adults we have a skill set that they don't have yet. So I see what you're saying is that you guys have come together and you've given mommy your creativity and your innovation, and mommy's like, I'm gonna help you write this. And you won. So obviously your teamwork together really created something amazing. That is really the power of youth.
Thank you.
Did you expect to win? Did you expect to capture the best in country prize?
I didn't think I would have won, but I did think the poem was good, but I never thought it was able to reach that far, but I was hoping for it.
Okay.
Well, I thought it would have done really good because I thought it was a really good piece. We really put a lot into it.
Okay.
It's also pulled on some inspiration from this Jamaican dub poet.
Hold on, we have to cut. Apparently, we can't hear the mics.
So we're just having some technical difficulties at this time, so we're just going to take a break. And when we return, we will be back with Sulika and Zara talking about the entrepreneur.
Everyone is encouraged to adopt a healthy and positive approach to daily life. Here are a few friendly reminders.
When you go to the local market and food vendors, remember to maintain a social distance of 6 feet or 2 meters apart. And always wear your mask.
Always keep your hands clean. Wash your hands with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
When dining, choose restaurants with staggered seating. This will lower the risk of transmission.
If you have a fever, cough, or other respiratory symptoms, please wear a mask and seek medical care immediately. Rest at home and do not visit the food vendors, local markets, or restaurants.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We had a little technical difficulty, but it happens in studio. But we are back with Sulika and her daughter Zara, who, if you're just joining us, won a competition which we're going to talk some more about, the youth competition, creative youth competition, with her piece, The Entrepreneur. And we were just speaking about it, and you were letting us know whether you believed that you would win the best in country, not just St. Kitts, by the way, that's St. Kitts and Nevis. So the best in country prize. Did you think you would win?
I did think it was a good poem, but I didn't think it would have got best in country, thought maybe, but I think it was a really good poem and really liked it. But I did hope for it to win, but didn't think it would have got best in country.
Well, you got your mama here that's a great creative, so girl, you had the advantage.
And another thing that we wanted to channel into the poem was there's this poem that I really love by the name of Jean Binti Breeze. She's Jamaican. She died recently, unfortunately, but I would listen to her poetry from time to time, and I recalled her saying that her poems are to represent a woman's voice and to speak on the issues of women. And so that really touched me, and I wanted to bring across that as well in the poem, and how, and there were questions in my head like, what do the vendors really do with their produce if they don't get them sell and they have them on their hands? Do they give them away? Do they give them to the family? I wanted to know if they grow as well. So all of that was really incorporated.
Yeah, and captured in the
really
poem.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
So what did you find out that they do with their produce that's not sold?
Well, I created a scenario that they just give them back to their family, and they call it sustainable farming, something.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, yes, Mom. Yes, Mom.
Okay.
Oh, there's the poem.
Yeah. I pulled my bag of bananas across the street.
Do you want to read it for us?
She's very shy.
She's like, no, I'm very shy. You look like you're actually a little bit shy. So it's so interesting because I know you have the creative, but writing is a really great way to express your creativity when you're shy.
That definitely helped me a lot. So, but her outlet is creating stuff, through art, and she also loves to sew. She's a self-taught seamstress.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
Yeah, I can see you like that because that's when you're beaming. You're like, yes, I can sew. Yes.
So how did your school react? How did Mistress Sargent and the other teachers react when you won?
She did congratulate me in person, and she wanted to, make an announcement during assembly, but she couldn't find me at the time, and I didn't know that she wanted to do that. So she said that she would come look for me in the morning so that she can, give an announcement that I got best in country.
That's great.
Well, we also saw a post on there.
Oh yeah, she also posted a picture of my poem on Facebook.
That's amazing. Lovely. And you should be really proud of yourself. I'm sure that everybody at the school is really proud of you, and in the country, and the Federation.
Yes. I know Washington Archibald just wins everything.
We do try.
And the next student also from Washi also won the 17 to 19 category.
Oh,
she won best in country for that 17 to 19 category.
Oh, look at that.
And she's also a former Washi student.
What did I just say? Washi just wins everything. Congratulations, Mrs. Sargent.
I was feeling a little overrun by CSS in the last week. Charlestown Secondary School was killing it and everything. I'm like, what happened to Washi? But now I'm like, okay, we're still in there.
Washi's
no discouragement to the other schools. This is a great opportunity for other young people like yourself to build their confidence and really take a chance on some of these competitions. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you would try another competition?
I think I would, with the help of my mother, of course.
Aww. So you want to do a next writing competition?
Yes, I do.
Mom, you heard it here first, Mom. I'm not exclusive.
Yeah. So bringing that up, so this is not the first time. Is this the first time you've worked on a project together?
Yes.
Officially finishing something.
Yes.
I mean, apart from the regular school stuff.
Yeah.
But something. Yeah.
Yeah, and you liked the experience.
Yes, I did. I liked it.
What do you feel you learned from your mom in this experience?
I think that it was a good step for me to step out of my comfort zone, because that's not something that I usually do, or that's not like my category, but I really enjoyed it, and I'm proud of myself that it got best in country.
Lovely.
Amazing. You should be proud of yourself. We're really proud of you. And
so at any time did you think Mom was stressing you out too much?
Yes. If I push her too hard, she will just shut down. I will not do it. So I'll have to wait until the next day.
Okay.
Yeah. It's different. They're like you guys are a new generation of children. I keep trying to stress that all the time. Like, these children are are the generation that we're accustomed to. They really do need a lot of encouragement.
Yeah. And patience.
And patience, yeah. They don't respond to being yelled at like us. We'd be like, I don't want nobody to yell at me. But they really need to feel loved and supported and encouraged. So congratulations to you as a mom and to you as a daughter. I'm glad this was also a great learning experience for both of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what would you say to other young persons who may be a bit shy like you that want to enter into this same?
I think if you really want to do that and if you think you're really good at it, you should definitely do it and pursue that area. And I think it's really important to take those kind of risks in life because you never know what could happen.
Look at that. Right. That's really important. And even though some people are not going to all get number one, they're not all going to be you. But, you know, sometimes it's important. Do you think even if you hadn't won, you would still have enjoyed the experience as much? You would have felt you learned? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to see your confidence. I hope you'll do more writing. I wish children would do more writing.
I like the big smile.
So, okay, what would you say is the part of the poem that you most connected with?
The part where she, you know, if she didn't sell enough to make enough money for her family, that they would not be able to afford make enough money. Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's really sad to see people struggling because they can't provide for their families. So that was very touching to me. Yeah, to see people working so hard to provide.
Yeah, and for you to create a narrative for their story, that's really powerful. That's a big message. Who knew writing could do that? Young people, writing can do that.
So when we see the ladies with their extra produce, we can always buy it from them and give it away and assist them so they won't have to take it home.
Yeah, and I think that's important, So you're able to use your voice and your message. You thought it was just a poem.
But you're making us aware, because I really didn't know that. I always thought they got it sold, or as Sulika said, give it away. But now we know that we need to support them so that they can make their ends meet.
Yeah, this is interesting. And so this was at the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank.
Yes.
So did you have to present?
No, she had to submit the information by January 2022.
Yes.
And we had to wait a few months to learn, you know, the results.
Because I noticed there's some big organizations. You got ECCB, the Asset Recovery Unit of the RSS. That's a big deal, the RSS, the Regional Security.
Yes.
And I didn't even know they had a creative youth competition.
Yeah, I was aware of it previously, because I think the last winner of a competition was a former remarkable teen. I work at the Department of Youth Empowerment, and so I had recognized Anique Ward. She was one of the winners for the 17 to 19 category. It was in painting, and I was extremely proud of her. And then again, I saw the competition came up, and I saw in poetry, and I said, okay, this is our area that we can try out.
So the competition itself actually looks at different areas of
every year of
I
arts.
see.
Different areas
so you might come back with another genre.
I know, with art next.
I was like, you might come back with art next.
Since her mom said art is her favorite thing to do.
Yeah. And do you think that I know it's a big question, but I know we focus a lot in school on academics and everybody getting good grades in CXC, but do you think that it's important for us to also focus more on the creative arts?
Yes, I do think it is important to develop a talent that you enjoy, because in the future that might be the thing that, you know, really, like, you know, like that could be
help you to generate a career and make money.
Yeah.
She is correct.
She is correct. And I think a lot of the times we're convinced everybody has to be a banker or a lawyer or a doctor or a teacher. She's like, yes. But I think it's so important that people can see that creative arts, that there's a career in creative arts and that you can put it in so many other areas of your work.
She also loves to do yoga. And she's very disciplined. She'll wake up early in the morning and she would just lay out her mat and do her thing. So I'm trying to push her to do it more.
So this is before school or just on the weekends?
It's mostly on the weekends, right?
Okay.
Yeah. You're going to encourage, she's encouraging you to do yoga?
Can you repeat?
She's encouraging you to do yoga?
Yes, she is, but I think...
she started on her own.
Yes, it is.
So why did you get into yoga?
Illuminated?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it started and then I just really liked it. I kept on doing it.
Yeah. Did you join the Girls Illuminated program? Did you do that program?
Yes, I did do
2019.
2019.
Just before.
And what do you feel, since we're just wrapping up now, do you feel like that also helped you to gain some confidence?
Yes, I did, and I really enjoyed it. It was a very nice experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and ever since I wanted to go back.
Oh,
nice.
So, mommy, this year, right?
Well, I think it's full. I think it was full, yeah.
Oh, wow. I guess with the 2-year hiatus.
That's amazing.
Everybody wants to get
let
it.
us continue as we end the segment to encourage you as we look at this wonderful creative youth,
Yes.
Zara Creaky, and her celebration of her win with her poem that she worked with on her mom called The Entrepreneur, street on the life of the street vendor.
The street vendor, the ladies that sell their produce.
Yes, the ladies that sell their produce. And thank you for talking to us today in Youth Power. We really feel like you're a powerful youth. Continue the good work.
And congrats to the Wildcats again. Because you won for them. The mommy over there. With that, viewing audience, we ask that you stay tuned. We will be right back after this short break.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I come in Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors, in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
Hi, if you are a smoker, please pay attention to this message. According to the World Health Organization, there are 1.3 billion smokers in the world today, and tobacco kills 1 out of every 2 smokers. Did you know that there is enough nicotine in 5 cigarettes to kill an average adult if ingested whole? There are more than 7,000 chemicals in tobacco smoke, of which more than 250 are known to be harmful. More than 69 are known to cause cancer, and 16 are classified as Group 1 carcinogens. Smoking kills. Are you ignoring that warning every time you smoke? Please stop. Smoking can lead to severe health complications and even death. It affects almost every organ in the body, especially the lungs and heart. It raises blood pressure, increases blood clots, and increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, and cancer. It is hard to quit smoking, but it is not impossible. Don't let tobacco destroy you. Remember the 4 Ds to curb your tobacco cravings. 1. Delay. Set a time limit before you decide to smoke. 2. Drink water. Go get a drink before you do anything else. 3. Do something else. Have a goodie bag handy of other things to do. And 4. Deep breathing. Take at least 10 deep breaths every time you think about smoking. Quit smoking and live a longer and happier life. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, St. Kitts and Nevis.
Bless up. Dejo here, and I'm doing my part in the fight against COVID-19 by following all safety protocols and, most importantly, rolling up my sleeve for the vaccine. So I'm encouraging you to do the same, because that's our best shot of protecting ourselves, our family, and our friends. So don't wait, vaccinate. Let's roll up to roll out.
Yeah. I know we can make it. It's only just a phase. Once we're vaccinated, and everybody gonna be safe. Everybody gonna be one safe. Kind, yeah. One people. We are roll up to roll out, yeah. 'Cause no man's alone, do what's right, alright. 'Cause I love you, brother, my sister. And we're in this together, my sister, my brother. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much. I think it's better for us, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Hey, I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Tell your mommy to roll up to roll out.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning SKN. I'm Naima and of course Cortensia. And we're here. I know we've been having a good show so far, but as loose as we are being, we're loosening up a bit more. We're going to have a very interesting discussion, and we hope that you're going to stay here and join us and follow along. So in recent years, there's been quite a lot of buzz about the personality types. I use them a lot in my job, personality types, and love types, you know, all those. But today we're going to be talking about two personality types, well, three. The introvert, the extrovert, and the ambivert. People are like, what is the ambivert? Well, we're going to find out.
Yeah. So are you an introvert, an extrovert, or an ambivert?
I think that I'm an ambivert. I'm going to say that to start. Although I think that most people would assume that I'm an introvert, an extrovert.
An extrovert. Yeah. I would assume you're an extrovert, but I think I'm a bit of both. So I will go with ambi for now. But let's see what happens.
Let's find out. Let's take the quiz.
Yeah.
This quiz comes to you from ideas.ted.com. So if you want to take the quiz at home, doesn't mean turn off Good Morning SKN.
Exactly.
You can take it a little bit later, but we're going to take it now. So let's begin. I guess we'll start with you. Okay.
Why am I in the hot seat?
It must be the extrovert because I'm like, we're starting with you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So do you see? Extroverted personality right there.
All right. So do you feel you're more productive when you're in a cafe or in a quiet room?
I would say in a cafe. In a quiet room, I waste time.
You would waste time in a quiet room?
So with persons around me, I feel like, okay, you have to do it.
Yeah.
Or to look a bit more like I'm doing something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in a cafe you would?
In a cafe.
Okay.
Yeah.
You tend to find talking to new people energizing or awkward?
Energizing. Because I'm a Gemini, I'm very inquisitive and I'm very communicative. So yeah, energizing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would hate working with someone who is timid and meek or brash and overbearing?
Brash and overbearing, because I'm gonna have to put them in their place early.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you meet someone for the first time, you usually do most of the listening or you usually do most of the talking?
I would say listen because I'm trying to get to know them. So I would go with listening, yeah.
That's a tricky one. All right, you're more likely to recharge your batteries by going out with a group of friends or getting some alone time.
Going out with a group of friends.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. You feel more yourself when you're at the center of attention or in the background.
Ooh, that one's hard. Because I can be the center of attention and then I can be in the background.
But which one makes you feel more like yourself? Okay. That's good because you know
I'm the comic of the group.
I want you to know you're on a TV show. So. Just saying. You're a host on a TV show.
Oh my God.
Okay, so you usually get more joy out of watching a great movie or reading a great book.
Watching Morbius.
Oh, that's not a great movie. I thought we discussed this already, team. Not a great movie.
To me, it was.
People in the comments are like, that was a terrible movie. In general, which of the two are you more likely to feel? Bored and understimulated, or overwhelmed and overstimulated?
On days I feel overwhelmed and overstimulated, so I'm gonna go with that. I'm hardly ever bored.
Hardly ever bored, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. The people who know you best are most likely to describe you as someone who is outgoing and talkative, or quiet and effective.
Outgoing and talkative.
That's the one. Okay. And in your free time on the weekend, you'd prefer sharing is that a deep conversation with a good friend?
Yep.
Or mingling at a party filled with people you've never met before?
Sharing a deep conversation with a good friend. I don't really like the party scene.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen you at a party, I'll be honest. Oh, look at that.
They mixed me up.
You are an ambivert. You're not wrong.
I fall in the middle of the spectrum, and they are equally comfortable in leadership and supporting roles. Of course, that's me for real. And they tend to adapt to fill voids in their team. Yeah. So I'm an ambi.
It does look like you. Okay, I guess it's my turn now.
Yeah.
I'm not to be influenced by her answers. I'm really not. I'm really not. But I can see that. I wonder if people knew that. I think a lot of people would probably think, I say, like, for me, because I think I've known you for a long time, I know you to be extroverted, but I think people think you're quite shy. Okay, I guess it's my turn.
I don't know. So you're more likely to recharge your batteries by going out with a group of friends or getting some alone time?
Honestly, for me, getting some alone time.
I figure you would say that. I figure you would say that. You usually get more joy out of reading a great book or watching a great movie?
I'm gonna say, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say watching a great movie.
Okay, Morbius.
Yeah, especially I love romantic comedies, and right now I'm like sick with the Nollywood.
Okay.
Oh, I love the Nollywood. Not the drama ones though. Okay. Like not those ones that are over dramatic, but yeah, I like those too.
With the music.
Yeah, not with not that one.
Oh my God.
Look, I got you doing sound
I know, exactly.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's rubbing off. You feel more yourself when you're in the background or the center of attention?
This one's actually tricky for me because I think most people would say the center of attention.
I would say that.
I don't mind being in the background.
Oh, okay.
But I find that I'm more often the center of attention.
You are.
That's a tough one. So I feel more myself. I guess the center of attention, but really, for me, honestly,
the background.
It's the background. When you meet someone for the first time, I read my own question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You see, she's extroverted. When you meet someone for the first time, what is your reaction? Do you usually do most of the listening, or you usually do most of the talking?
Okay, this is a tricky one because in my job, I should be doing mostly the listening. So in my work, it's the listening, but I think I usually do most of the talking, trying to make other people feel comfortable.
Okay.
Okay, go on, I'm ready.
In general, which of the two are you most likely to feel? Bored and understimulated, or overwhelmed and overstimulated?
I feel bored and understimulated.
Okay.
Yeah. I try not to get too overwhelmed, but yeah, I'm always looking for something to do. Even though I do have a lot of things to do, I'm still feeling understimulated. Yeah.
Okay, so the people who know you best are more likely to describe you as someone who's outgoing and talkative, or quiet and reflective?
They would say I'm outgoing and talkative.
I would say that for sure. Yes. You hate working with someone who is timid and meek, or brash and overbearing?
I knew this one as soon as you answered it. I really cannot deal with brash and overbearing people. I have a lot of patience, but I just don't like people who don't like to let other people be heard. Yeah.
Yes. You are more productive when you're sipping on some coffee, or in a quiet room?
In the quiet room, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I like to think that I can go, when I see people working in the cafes and stuff, I want to think I could do that. But I really can't. So I'm just much better to
So it would be distracting to you?
Yeah, because I can't help but want to talk to the people in
okay.
Yeah,
talkative, as we said.
And when I see things moving around me, I get distracted by them.
Oh, okay.
So in that way, I guess it's overstimulation, but I would be distracted by what's going on around me. I think for my training, I can't help but always observe what's going on around me.
Got you. You tend to find talking to new people energizing or awkward?
Energizing. I really like to meet new people. Yeah.
In your free time on the weekend, you prefer mingling at a party with people you never met before or sharing a deep conversation with Celicia?
It's true. This is a tough one because I do like, there's some people, I do like to go and meet new people.
Okay.
But I also do like to be in deep conversation with a good friend. I'm gonna say sharing a deep conversation with a good friend.
See? I think I know.
Yeah.
You are such an ambivert.
There we go. And I am like 50%. Look at that. I'm really an ambivert. I'm like
right in the middle.
Right
in the middle. Look at that. Look at that.
I think I might have fallen under extrovert if I'd answered some different ways, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, under introvert, maybe.
Why? Because you... Ooh.
No, maybe extra. I think I'm accurately an ambivert.
Yeah. We are. Because we can be introverted at times and then we can be extroverted when need be. Yeah.
Do you find like that's something that changes? Because you're 70% ambivert and I'm 50%.
So what does that mean? I win?
That's how you know it's me and Cortez because we're like, who won?
That means I'm more ambiverted than she is. But then again, she's on the border of it. So maybe she's half and half for real.
Okay. So have you ever felt insecure about not being one way or the other? Like, have you ever felt you should be more introverted or more extroverted?
Maybe sometimes I need to be more extroverted, but no, I'm cool with me. Yeah, like
sometimes I have a little bit of guilt about being introverted because
Why?
I think I am an extrovert in public, but I think people always think I'm like that. I do really love to engage with people, but I also like to be by myself. But if you leave me by myself for a little while, I'll be by myself for months.
Yes,
you won't
indeed.
see me.
Yeah.
They'll be like, Naima, you still live here?
Exactly. Because you don't see her. So do you like spending time more with introverts or extroverts?
I like both because introverts, I can get something from them because I can have deep conversation, and extroverts can be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's nice to have another extrovert in the group so you're not always the center of attention. Right. That was a good discussion. I enjoyed that.
Indeed. Yeah. So we're both ambiverts. Look at us.
All right. So I guess we're going to wrap up this segment, which was very exciting, and we're going to be going to commercial, and we will be right back with our next guest. Thank you for joining us here at Good Morning.
Everyone is encouraged to adopt a healthy and positive approach to daily life. Here are a few friendly reminders.
When you go to the local market and food vendors, remember to maintain a social distance of 6 feet or 2 meters apart. And always wear your mask.
Always keep your hands clean. Wash your hands with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. When dining, choose restaurants with staggered seating. This will lower the risk of transmission.
If you have a fever, cough, or other respiratory symptoms, please wear a mask and seek medical care immediately. Rest at home and do not visit the food vendors, local markets, or restaurants.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family.
I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Guess what? It's World Turtle Day. This is a yearly observance to encourage persons all around the world to celebrate and protect turtles and tortoises and their disappearing habitats around the world. Sea turtles have played vital roles in maintaining the health of the world's ocean. They maintain coral reef ecosystems and even transport essential nutrients from the oceans to the beaches and coastal dunes. In honor of these marine creatures, we will be speaking with Dr. Preeti Karnik. Dr. Karnik is a clinical associate professor in small animal surgery at the Ross University of Veterinary Medicine. Good morning, Dr. Karnik, and welcome.
Can we call you Preeti, or you prefer Dr. Karnik?
You can call me Preeti.
Oh, okay, Preeti.
I'm used to Preeti. Yes, I'm used to Preeti.
Okay, Preeti, can you elaborate on the roles of turtles in the marine environment?
Yes, so you touched on quite a few things. So they consider sea turtles keystone species, which means that they're very important to the oceans and the marine environment, even the beaches, as you would say. So many turtles, so leatherbacks, which we see here quite often, they help to manage certain animals within the ecosystem. So they eat jellyfish, so they help manage the jellyfish there.
Didn't know that.
And then our green turtles that we also see, they eat seagrasses. So then eating that seagrass maintains the health of the seagrass and then helps provide nutrients for other species. They also are called aquatic hitchhikers because they have barnacles and other animals that will use them to go far distances and also use for shelter. And so then they can take other creatures to other areas. So they provide quite a bit, and they've been around since the dinosaurs. So,
I feel like I'm a juvenile when you said last thing. I was like, oh, I saw that in Finding Nemo. That's what I was thinking in my head, like, oh, I saw that in Finding Nemo.
That's how
that makes sense to me. Okay, so I just found out today, I was today years old, when I found out that turtles' shells are actually a part of their bodies.
Yes.
Is there anything else, including the things you just told us, that would surprise us? Any surprising facts about a turtle's anatomy? We have so much turtles, I didn't even know.
Yeah, so that's one of the big differences in between sea turtles and like our dogs and cats and even us. So in terms of getting to their internal organs, so I'm a surgeon, so to be able to get there to do surgery, you can't go through their hard shell on the top, which is called the carapace, or their shell on the bottom, which is called the plasteron. So you actually have to access from the sides, from different areas, either in the front, near the front flippers, or through the back flippers. And so it's a lot different. I had to learn a lot about sea turtle anatomy when I thought I was going to have to do some internal surgeries on them.
Wow.
So yeah.
That is fascinating. I'm really fascinated about that. It's a crazy story. Actually, I had a dog, and my dog, I had a little baby turtle, and the dog bit the turtle through its shell, but it didn't pierce any organs. The turtle went and healed, and Robin helped us. We put some like salt water in and healed it. But I remember being fascinated, like, how would you even fix a turtle? Because there's shell on the top and there's shell on the bottom. Really fascinating. You really have me like here, like totally engaged, Preeti, about turtles, which I think are really fascinating.
So you are a small animal surgeon. In 2020, you performed the surgical debridement. Am I saying it correct?
Yes.
On Sassy. Ooh, Sassy. You
like
go,
the
girl.
name.
The loggerhead turtle. Please explain that procedure to us.
Yes, so Sassy came to us from Nevis. So she was found by a fisherman that was floating off the coast of Nevis. And then the deputy director of the Marine Resources in Nevis was contacted, Mr. Lemuel Pemberton, and he then saw that there was something wrong with her and then brought her over, transported her over to Port Zante, where our sea turtle monitoring network got her in.
All right.
And it was determined that she had a boat strike. So she was hit as she was kind of probably trying to dive down.
Okay.
She was hit by the boat from the front of the boat, likely because she didn't suffer any major internal injuries or death. They can die from the propellers. But what she did have is a lot of breaks or fractures to her carapace, that top shell. And so what we did once we got her healthy, we needed to give her some antibiotics and pain medications and get her ready for anesthesia, which was done by Dr. Brighton Deziki at Ross, and then myself as a surgeon, we debrided the area. So took out those broken areas, and luckily we took x-rays and made sure that it wasn't going internal. So nothing was caused any internal damage, but we got out those broken areas so then we could manage the area with honey. We actually use Manuka honey on the area. And of course she lives in the water, so we would have to take her out of her pool, place the honey on, and so her nurse and technician, Angie Picknell, was taking care of her for months, kind of getting everything perfect and healthy so that we could then release her back into the ocean.
So that means Sassy's a sweet turtle now.
Sassy is a sweet turtle. I didn't even know, I'm like, this is a lot that you have to do with
And
these
Sassy
animals.
is a loggerhead, and actually we don't see very many loggerheads off the coast of St. Kitts and Nevis. We had actually one other one, Caden, in rehab with us. Caden had fishing line around one of the flippers and had to have the front flipper removed. But if they have their back flippers, they can still swim.
They're good. Okay.
And then the other loggerhead was Sassy. And so we then were able to send off 2 loggerheads back into the ocean. And we actually have transmitters on them so we can see where they're going. And they've traveled thousands of miles since they were released in 2021.
Wow, that must be exciting for you.
Yeah, and it's great to see all the different places they are. Yeah, Caden's almost over by Africa now, and Sassy went all the way from Belize and came up and now is near Florida. So
Wow, that's amazing. And if you had not saved her.
And you know, now, I mean, they're endangered animals, you know, and so we're able to put them back into the wild to create, you know, and have more babies, and so that we can then help to populate the species that otherwise we could lose.
Yeah, which I think goes back to turtle monitoring. So we do a lot of that here. People don't always understand when they see, okay, you can't go in this area. So do you collaborate with the St. Kitts Turtle Monitoring Network as well?
Yeah, so I mostly help with any of the medical. So especially then in 2020 when Sassy had come, it was during the height of COVID. And so a lot of our main sea turtle head research person, Dr. Kimberly Stewart, was actually stuck off island. And so I did a lot of Zoom calls and, you know, was getting some information and helping to kind of manage Sassy. And then we also had a green that had ingested fishing line. That was the one that I thought I was going to have to go in to take it out of her intestines. But lucky for us, Phoebe, that was the green, she was able to pass it on her own. And so we made sure that she passed everything and was eating great, and then we were able to release her as well. So I've done kind of help there with the more of the medical side. But yes, the Sea Turtle Monitoring Network looks for those nests. They mainly monitor for the leatherbacks that come.
Yes.
And we've just had our first nest on Majors Bay since like 1960 or something like that. So yeah, for a long time.
So it really requires an awareness from the public.
Yes, to not then, because once that nest is there, to not disturb that nest. And if you do see anything, sometimes the hatchlings are not going where they need to go, towards the ocean, going towards dangers. So then they want to contact the Sea Turtle Monitoring Network. That's 764-6664. That is the number to call. They're also on Facebook, so they can even call through Facebook. But that's the first thing you do if you see maybe
That's
a
the
turtle
first
in
thing you
danger.
do. Don't trouble the turtles.
Don't
Let
touch
them
them.
go about their work.
We
They have
learned
an important role in the ecosystem. Yes, okay. All right, so we're going to be going to commercial, and we will return with Dr. Preeti Karnik, and we're going to continue speaking about her work that she does with turtles for World Turtle Day. We'll see you right back here at Good Morning SKN.
Do you know that common baked goods such as bread and crackers are high in salt? Get Salt Smart.
Has anyone? here or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
Children, how can you tell a tsunami coming?
Teacher me.
Sammy?
My mother said when uncle jump in the pool and the water spoosh out, that's how you tell a tsunami coming.
Settle down, children. Settle down. Do you remember our tsunami song?
Yes!
Mommy, Uncle not here and the other shake. Hush your mouth. Daddy, Uncle not here and the sea gone.
Who cares? You don't see all them free fish? Quick, give me the bag.
This is how you tell a tsunami a come. Teacher says so. I would have failed in school, you know.
Sammy, come, let me go. They would have failed anyhow. Let me run, see Sammy.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are speaking with small animal surgeon Dr. Priti Karnik, who has worked with turtles. Today we are observing World Turtle Day, but let's find out a bit more about Dr. Karnik. So how did you get into small animal surgery?
Okay, so little bit ago here actually at Ross University,
I like
the
it.
beautiful island of St. Kitts. So I was here in vet school, and while I was here and then I went to the States for my final year, I was very drawn to surgery. I love the idea of fixing things and you know, not just healing, but also then fixing. And so that's where I then went on to do an internship and then a surgery residency. So that's an extra 4 years that I did. And then worked in small animal surgery practices in the States, East Coast, West Coast, in different areas. And then I came back in 2011 to teach here at Ross. So I wanted to share my knowledge of surgery with future veterinarians.
That's amazing. So you're a Ross professor. I don't think people even realize how much work it is. Like, I think they see the students here and they're like, okay, they're working and then they leave. It's still so much continuous education.
Yes.
So, but now you're a professor.
Yes.
In small animal surgery. Were there any challenges you had transitioning from surgeon to professor, teaching it? And do you do both tasks still?
Yes. So I do both. I still do surgery. Did the surgery on Sassy, and I do some surgery in our Ross University Veterinary Clinic as a consultant basis. But that's a little bit less now because my main focus is teaching. And so I think some of the challenges are not being in the operating room, but being a veterinarian is all about education, right? The animals don't know what is going on, and they also don't come in to see you without a person. So you need to be educating the people so they understand what you're going to be doing and then want to be able to do that for that animal. So I already had that background as a surgeon, but for me now in teaching, I really want to be able to kind of pass on that knowledge so that future generations, long after I'm done being a veterinarian, can be performing surgery. Every veterinarian kind of starting out has to have basic surgical skills and do some basic surgeries. I went on and specialized in surgery, so I do a little bit more advanced surgeries, but I still work with the students to learn those basic surgeries. So.
Okay, and what are some other small animals that you you work with? What do you find are the small animals you work with the most?
So my specialty is in dogs and cats mainly, but I have done some ferret surgeries, which are kind of almost like our mongoose, and some rabbit surgeries, and so other kind of small animals. But I mean, you could have a dog that's 150, 200 pounds, so not all that small.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm not a large animal or equine, so I don't do horses, don't do the cows, the sheep or goats, though I have been around and helped with and assisted in some of those surgeries.
Oh, this is fascinating to me. Very interesting. Okay.
So in your opinion, what is the main way that we can protect turtles and tortoises?
Yes, so our main, we are actually the main enemy for them.
I can imagine.
And so we can do so much in a little way, just in terms of plastics. So plastics, when they get into the ocean, they can last in the ocean, especially like a plastic bottle or those rings of plastic. They can stay for 400, 500 years in the ocean.
Wow.
And plastic bags, they look like jellyfish, and so leatherbacks can ingest them, they can die from that. And so to protect them, we can do so much just to not litter, place waste where it should go, and then try to be smart about our waste. Take our reusable bags to the grocery store when we're out shopping, use those reusable bags, try to avoid those plastics, plastic straws and other things. There's a lot of things that we can do to help save these animals. And then the other things that if we do see any in danger while we're here, because we are surrounded by them in the ocean and on our beaches, to contact that sea turtle monitoring network.
Give me that number again.
764-66-64.
764-66-64. That's important for you to know. That's really fascinating. I actually think it's so interesting that, especially when you say that we are the greatest enemy. I'm thinking, who's getting the turtles? But it's us. And I think that we're thinking like in terms of, we're collecting turtle eggs. People have like a lot of crazy ideas about what they could do with turtle eggs. It's not going to help you.
No.
It's not going to help. If you have those problems, the turtle eggs are not going to help you. But I think that we don't think about how we could just, by doing an inaction, just stop littering.
Stop littering, and then even, we do a lot of fishing, and just taking that fishing line and bringing it back with us. The Sea Turtle Monitoring Network has actually placed up at lots of different beaches, at Pump Bay and at North Friars. Take that fishing line and place it in. It can be reused, right? But it won't then be entangled and potentially could
So where do they get entangled in this fishing line? Whilst you're fishing, or if you throw the fishing line?
If they throw the fishing line, usually into the water, because it can wrap around their flippers, or if there is still a little bit of food on there, then they can eat the fishing line.
And then it tangles up, like you said, inside their
and then it gets in their intestines. There was one that had a hook in its mouth. Luckily, that was just on the side, and they were actually able to bring up that turtle, take it out, and re-release it right away. So, but just those little things. Bring that back into our boat, and so not placing it into the ocean.
I think we need to spend a little bit more time maybe educating young people about this, because they go to the beach a lot with their families, and as adults sometimes we're a little stuck in our ways. Dr. Zeus again. Sometimes we're a little stuck in our ways, but when children say no, like, Mommy, don't do that, Mommy, pick up the plastic. Sometimes when I go on the beaches, I'm just shocked and amazed at how much plastic waste that we leave. People bring their bags, like, collect your garbage and take it back with you. Like, don't leave your waste tied. A wind's gonna gust that garbage into the sea in that plastic bag. And so, it's so important that we protect our
What about bottles? Have you ever seen a turtle with ingested a bottle?
I've not seen ingested like a full bottle, but actually when they've looked at turtles that have died and they do what's called a necropsy or autopsy to kind of figure out what happened, you'll find small particles of plastic within their intestines. So as they're just eating their normal diet, hawksbill eat sponges off the coral, and so as they're doing their normal diet, there's so much plastic in that water, and so that then is contaminating the fish and our other food sources as well. So we have to be careful, not just to protect them, but to protect ourselves.
So important.
I know, and I feel for the turtle. Please Don't litter the sea.
Don't litter the sea.
Don't litter the sea.
It's really not helping our turtles at all.
Yeah.
That really actually makes me a little bit sad.
That's what I'm saying. And
I mean, you're like so fascinated with the world turtles.
I know. I'm not.
And I realize that we're actually making such a terrible contribution.
Yes, we are.
But if we can change it, we can turn it around by just, as you said, these simple little things that we can do, not littering, thinking about what we're throwing into the ocean, thinking about what we're buying, you know, even taking away. So those are the little things that we can do.
And you being here as well, it really helps because it really educates the public about how important this is. Thank you for World Turtle Day, whoever came up with that.
Because otherwise we wouldn't know, right?
We would not
even spread some of this knowledge.
Yeah, and thank you also for coming here. She's not going anywhere. We got a game still.
That I'm going to win.
But we're so grateful for everything that you've shared with us today. So now we're going to get a chance to test our knowledge about turtles. I just want you guys to know I don't like to lose, but I don't know that much about turtles. And I know Cortentia has been studying at home.
Naima even has a cheerleader, but
I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. So we will return after the break. We'll be playing a fun game with Dr. Karnik as we celebrate World Turtle Day. We'll be right back with Good Morning SKN.
I'm here to say kids, Nevis, you don't know Infamous I represent for the Ministry of Health. Yeah. Respect the COVID protocols. In a time like this, all for one for all. St. Kitts Nevis. Don't forget your mask. Wear it everywhere you go. Sanitize before and after everything you do. Cause you never know what's on the surface of the places you go. Maintain a safe social distance between me and you. Keep calm and stay focused. Don't be a fool, seek the facts first. And boost your immune system up. Don't wanna lose no more of us. Mask up, furlough, sanitize, observe the protocols all about. Be wise. Mask up, furlough, sanitize. Me family fitting boat, and you. Blessed love and greetings. This is Infamous, and I am here to encourage every Kittitian and Nivision to remember that we have our part to play in the fight against COVID-19. So sanitize, wear your face mask, practice social distancing, and go and get vaccinated. For me no know about you, but me love think it's bad. Easy no man.
Good morning again and welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We're so happy to have you here with us. If you're just joining us, today is World Turtle Day and we have with us Dr. Preethi Karnik, who's here to talk to us. She's a small animal surgeon and a clinical associate professor at the Ross University School of Veterinary Medicine. Now, we're going to be playing a game. Now, you know how we get with these games. We're going to be playing a game of fact or fiction with turtle-related questions. All right. So this is how it's going to work. I'm going to describe it because I'm hoping that's going to get me an extra point. Okay? So a statement is going to appear on the screen, and then we get to guess, you and I, Cortensia, whether that's fact or fiction. If the statement, we both get to guess first, and then we'll give it to Preethi, who we know knows the answer. If the statement turns green, then it's a fact. If it turns red, then it's fiction. And Preethi doesn't get to play because she knows all the answers.
So we invite the viewers to play along with us and comment on your answers.
Please, play in your offices if you're at home.
And back me.
If you're watching on YouTube or any of our social media, you can play along as well. Let's see if you win, if you'll be beating me or Katensia or Preethi today.
I'm gonna win. We all gonna win.
We're all gonna win. Oh, you know everybody's not a winner. She doesn't believe this. She's making this story up. Okay, so here we go. We invite them to play along. Let's play fact or fiction. The turtle edition.
I know, the turtle edition.
Okay.
You can go ahead with the first one.
All tortoises are turtles, but not all turtles are tortoises. Oh. I'm going to say that is true.
That's a fact.
A fact. Yes, I'm going to say that's a fact. You've already moved on to our next question. We just keep answering them, and then you're going to tell us? Oh, it was fact. It was green. Tortoises usually out. No, that's not the right answer.
That's the next one.
That's the next one. You've tricked us, but now we know it.
Wait.
You're going too fast
We're going
for
too
us.
fast.
Okay, we're going to cover our eyes. Cover your eyes, Cortez. Cover your eyes.
We won't even know the answer.
Yes, they're coming up green. Cover your eyes.
No, there's nothing there.
Okay.
We can just focus
We're
now.
going to start again. Are we back starting again? Here we go. Okay, you can ask this question.
Oh my gosh. Baby turtles start life as carnivores but grow to eat more plants as they mature. Carnivore. I would say it is a fact.
I'm going to say that's fiction. Okay. What are you going to say?
I'd say it's fiction.
She said it's fiction too. Okay.
Let me
Come
see
on
the
with
fact.
the red. No! It's green!
Yes. Do you know why? Because they said the turtle is born with one tooth that he used to hatch out of the egg. So that's why I said carnivore.
It also depends on the turtle.
Wow.
I didn't say which ones.
The sea ones use their... Well, both of them come out of eggs, right?
Yes, they all
So
come
they're
out
born
of
with a teeth that they lose in a few hours after they're out the egg. Look at that.
But
you see my
leatherback
face?
eat like crabs and things when they're older.
You know what I'm saying?
You see her face? Come on, read your
How
question.
does she know this? She did the research, obviously. Come, bring me back the next question. Bring me the next question. Okay. There are 13 species of marine turtles.
Fiction.
I'm going to say that's fiction. I think there's more. I'm going to say there's more.
There are
We're gonna
over
say fiction.
200 species of turtles. Look, me being
Somebody
smart
did
today.
her research. She's nodding her head, Preeti. Oh no!
That's why there's less. There's
No, it's
only
fiction.
It's fiction. Oh, it is. There are 13 species. No, there are 7
There's only
species,
7.
not 200.
Of sea turtle, of marine turtles.
You're
But they're
counting
over
turtles,
two. Yeah,
tortoises.
I'm counting everybody. But see, we still got it correct.
But I feel because she got the explanation wrong that we should take away. No?
No, never. I said fiction.
I'm trying it.
But I was just, you see, turtle and tortoises, over 200 species, but
I was
7
trying to
species.
think. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We can't take it away.
Your question, go
A
ahead.
turtle skeleton is made up of over 50 bones.
Oh. The surgeon's going to know this one, I think.
Oh, that's fiction.
I'm going to say that's fiction, too.
Yeah.
No. She said that you fix a lot of things inside. I'm gonna go fact just to be contrary.
You cheated. The fact is already up there.
No, it's not up there yet.
It is. The skeleton is made up of over 50 bones.
I feel I'm right here because she said when they had to fix Sassy, they had to go in there and get into all the intricate parts to make sure that nothing was broken inside.
I should have remembered the honey turtle.
Okay, turtle fact or fiction. Turtles belong to one of the oldest reptile groups in the world.
Fact.
I'm gonna go with you on that one with the fact.
Yeah. Those fellas since from dinosaur age.
Yes? Oh, right. Turtles belong to one of the oldest reptile groups in the world. You were nodding right away.
And
how old?
She said that.
Yeah, how old can a turtle be?
Oh, well, how old they themselves could be can get up to, well, depending on if it's a tortoise, they can get up over 100, 150 years old.
Yes, from 10 to,
But they've been around since the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Since the dinosaurs, yeah. Wow, that's
I want to be a
fascinating.
turtle when I grow up.
You're going to be a turtle in your next life?
Yeah.
Okay. Turtles change their shells when they grow too big for them. I'm going to say that is fiction. That sounds like cock to me.
Fiction. Yeah, fiction.
No.
They can't change.
They can't, exactly. They can't come out. Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I'm like a conqueror crab.
Fiction, as we say, fiction.
We're going to say that's fiction. Yes. Turtles change their shells when they grow too big for it is false. And we should know this because earlier we learned that turtles' shells are part of their bodies.
Exactly. Yes,
they grow
exactly.
with them.
See, I learned
like this, and then they grow.
It's never too big or it's never too small, so they never need to work out.
Turtles grow with their shells is never too big and is never too small. I'm holding on to that,
Turtles do not have teeth.
I know this to be false because Cortensia just said the turtle has one tooth when it's born. I'm gonna say that
fiction.
Is false. Yes, it's fiction.
It's fact.
I'm like they do have.
They do not have teeth.
They do not have teeth.
So how is it a fact? It's a fiction.
What was the question?
What's the question?
What was the question again?
Turtles do not have teeth.
Oh yes, okay. So it was a fact. That's what we meant. They do not have teeth. That's what we were saying. Yeah.
Oh my
no,
God.
they don't have teeth. We lied. I said they do have teeth.
No, they don't have teeth. Remember the one teeth that they have drop off right after they're out the egg? Because that's what they used to get out the eggs.
Now I'm losing.
They don't have teeth.
I should have paid attention. It's okay. Now I lost.
Where's my point? They don't got no teeth.
She got the point. All right, we're ready to move on from that question. Okay. Turtle fact or fiction? Ooh. Only 1 out of 50 hatchlings survive to be an adult. This is a sad fact or fiction.
I know. I'm gonna say fact.
I'm gonna say fact as well, or I don't think we would go through so much trouble to be trying to fix to save them.
It's 1 out of 1,000 though. That's why I was like, 1 out of 50.
Wow.
I didn't get so deep in the research. Next time I'm gonna go deeper.
So it's really 1 in 1,000.
Out of 1,000. Yeah, only 1 out of 1,000.
That's why it's so important that we protect them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, look at that.
See. Now I'm really losing, but so are you.
Do you see this?
But that's so important to know because we don't really take it so seriously. And 1 in 1,000, that's not a very good statistic. Okay, give us the last question. Maybe I'll catch up.
Never. Turtles live on all continents. They do. They
live on all continents?
All.
Even in...
Remember, these are prehistoric turtles,
I'm going to say that's fiction.
Okay, I'm going to go with fact.
Just to be, I'm already losing.
They do not live on Antarctica.
Oh, yes.
And I was
never
saying to
seen
myself,
a snow turtle.
in my head, I was like, not Antarctica, but I wasn't going to give it to Cortensia to change her vote.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, you tied it up.
Don't worry.
I never got this excited about turtles before. But today I am.
Sand temperature determine the gender of turtle hatchlings.
These questions are getting harder and harder.
Fact.
She seems so sure, and I don't know, so I'm going to follow Cortensia.
Fact.
Is that true?
It is. The warmer the temperature, they will then be more males.
Males.
Cooler temperature,
yeah, they're going to be females. I learned that in my research as well. That's why I was so right on with my facts.
That is so fascinating. You really learned that.
Yeah, I did my homework.
I wonder why is that? Nobody really knows. Oh, yeah. That's interesting.
You would think girls would be born in the hotter climates because we're hotter, but we're in the cooler. But then we're cool. Yeah.
It makes sense though, really. Maybe that happens in warmer climates too. There's a lot of fellas around here.
That's so fiction. So fiction.
Turtles can only migrate. No, I'm gonna say I know this to be false because you told us that turtle's almost in Africa.
Yeah.
So that's false. That's fiction.
Yeah. Sassy and Phoebe and everybody's just all over.
All over.
Yeah.
They can migrate
13,000 miles.
That is very, very far.
Yeah.
They can move very far. And you think, they make it seem like the tortoise in the hair, the tortoise in the hair, how slow the tortoise moves. But clearly the turtles be
in the water.
In the water.
I wonder if they have passports, how many stamps they got by now.
It's so true. It's so true, but they're monitoring them. That must be fascinating to find out where the turtles end up.
Going. Yeah.
That was the first question.
All tortoises are... Oh, yes, we already got this question. So that means we're wrapped up.
Why is it that me and Naima is always tying? We need a tiebreaker.
I'm excited about that because, I didn't want to lose. I thought I was going to lose this one. Oh, you have another one for the breaker? Okay, this is the tiebreaker. Dun, da, da, da. Tortoises usually outlive sea turtles. Well, this is a hard one.
I'm going to say fact. Yeah.
I'm going to say fact only because we talked about how much risk the sea turtles are at.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna think maybe the tortoises on land, but then they're around human beings and we're not very good.
But we're kind to our pets. For those of us that have tortoises on land, we're kind to them. So we won't put plastic in their way for them to eat it. We won't have something that would tie up their neck or something. We'll have a nice pond for our tortoises.
I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Tortoises usually outlive sea creatures. That means that sea turtles. That means we were definitely not breaking this.
I've told you.
Yeah.
I've told you.
Yeah, because we talked about a lot of risk in the sea. Yeah.
Still didn't break the tie. We need sassy here.
We need sassy here. We can just rock, paper, scissors. I'm always trying to engage Cortense and rock, paper, scissors. Oh, they gave us another one. Okay, you know who we are. Most sea turtles lay around 110 eggs in a nest. I'm gonna say that's fiction and that it's more.
And I know this for a fact because I watched turtles lay at Reggae Beach about 2 months back, and that wasn't 110 turtles at all.
Yeah?
Yeah, plenty. They were coming out like ants. See?
Yeah.
So, it's a fact.
It's a fact. We're both wrong.
Yeah, it goes between 80 to 120. It depends on the species.
That was more than 110.
Maybe you were
They were
imagining
coming out
it.
like ants.
Maybe
no,
she
for
had
real.
twins or quadruplets.
Maybe there were 2 nests near each other.
But they were all coming out of one hole. There were plenty. That was more than 100. I swear.
She was just a special turtle.
Oh my God. Wow. Okay, so we learned something else today. So 100.
Okay, and our last one. Okay, we're gonna disagree on this. Let's cry. The largest. I've lost my words. The largest sea turtle creature is the loggerhead sea turtle.
Fact.
I'm gonna go fact on that too.
Yeah. We are never gonna be untied today.
It's not true?
No,
it's fiction. I'm gonna go fiction.
It's a
you can't change it. You can't. We are not supposed to not be tied.
Obviously, we're meant to be tied. The leatherback is much larger than the loggerhead.
Yeah, they can get up to 1,000 pounds.
1,000 pounds.
That I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why nobody in the sea is really troubling them.
I know.
What?
Yeah, you're at 1,000 pounds. Nobody wants to
Imagine
that.
imagine you get a 1,000-pound slap with a flipper.
1,000-pound flap. That would
Slap.
be a 1,000 flap. It's a flap because it's a flipper.
Yeah. Oh, so
not
a
a slap.
1,000-pound flipper slap.
Flap.
Oh, flap slap.
That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. Even though, again, I didn't win. I feel we're just meant to tie. Maybe the universe doesn't mean for us to be
rivals.
Rivals.
Yeah.
But we did learn a lot about turtles and tortoises.
Yeah.
And we're so grateful to have had you here with us today.
Thank
this
you
was
so
a fascinating
much.
section.
It was fun.
And I really enjoyed it. And thank you for joining us in all the work that you do to help our small animals here on St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yes, and folks, be kind to the ocean and stay tuned. We got plenty more up next.
I'm here to St. Kitts, Nevis. You don't know Infamous I represent for the Ministry of Health. Yeah. Respect the COVID protocols. In a time like this, all for one for all. St. Kitts, Nevis. Don't forget your mask. Wear it everywhere you go. Sanitize before and after everything you do. Cause you never know what's on the surface or the places to go. Maintain a safe social distance between me and you. Keep calm and stay focused. Don't be a fool, seek the facts first. And boost your immune system up. Don't wanna lose no more of us. Mask up, furlough, sanitize, observe the protocols all about. Be wise. Mask up, furlough, sanitize. Me family fitting boat and you. Blessed love and greetings. This is Infamous, and I am here to encourage every Kittitian and Nivision to remember that we have our part to play in the fight against COVID-19. So sanitize, wear your face mask, practice social distancing, and go and get vaccinated. For me no know about you, but me love St. Kitts bad. Easy no man.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me
Let
go!
go what? Yeah, let's see what we like. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
Every day Mom and Dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I come in Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are any exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care of yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
Welcome back. You are watching Good Morning SKN. We're happy to have you here with us this morning, but it's now that time of day when we let you know what's happening.
So what's happening?
So kennel attendants are needed. It's so good because she was just here and I know she does some work with Bark, but the Basseterre Animal Rescue Center, better known as Bark, is looking to hire a new kennel attendant, okay? So kennel attendants help with the daily care of animals in the shelter and maintaining shelter cleanliness, which includes walking dogs, cleaning and refilling water and food bowls, grooming dogs, and stocking the kennel with the necessary supplies. Kennel attendants will be required to work a 2-hour shift daily, either from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., so a good extra job, or from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. after work.
2 hours.
So kindly bear in mind that the attendants will be required to stand or walk for up to 2 hours and carry about 20 pounds. So
we got the muscles for that.
You don't have to be too strong to carry 20 pounds. You must be at least 18 years of age, and all interested applicants should email barksaintkits@gmail.com, and your application must include at least one reference. Okay, so.
But the Bark, you have to be mindful when we say to email Barks and Kits, it's not BARK like they would say.
No. It's BARC.
Yes.
So BARCSaintKits.com @gmail.com. Yes.
So email,
that's great. I take my dogs to Bark all the time. They actually have a really great program for locals that makes it really affordable for you to get regular care for your dog. You don't want your dog to get sick.
Not at all.
But you have to get early on the list to get your dog fixed.
Ooh, so go early. She said the early bird always catches the most
Yes, control the pet population. We don't need any more dogs. Get your dogs and cats neutered and spaded, okay?
Yes.
I sound like Bob Barker. Remember Bob Barker used to say, well, no. That's not your age. You
So
control the pet population.
So as we continue with the admissions, but this is not admissions for dogs, it's the CFB admissions. They are open. The Clarence Fitzroy Bryan College CFBC admissions for the 2022-2023 academic period are now open and will end on the 31st of July. So you have about 2 months or more. The application cost for the submission, early submission is 35 EC. So the early bird always gets the best deal.
Yeah.
CFBC has a wide range of programs in the following divisions: health sciences, teacher education, technical vocational education and management studies, arts, science and general studies, and adult and continuing education. Prospective students can access the application via the college website www.cfbc.edu.kn. Once again, that website www.cfbc.edu.kn. For more information, contact the Office of the Registrar at admissions@cfbc.edu.kn.
Yes, it's good. Maybe send a question. I wonder what happens with the students who don't yet get their CXC results back. How do they apply for college before the deadline? Are they still prospective students while they wait for their results?
I wonder.
I'm curious. I hope
They are?
CFBC, yeah.
Okay, so they are.
So that's for you too. If you know that you're writing your CXC this year and it's your last year of high school, that's your chance
Go on
to
down,
put in your application and get some continuing education at our local CFBC college.
Yes, that has brightened their horizons.
It really has. And another pet happening. This is interesting. Okay, you can paint your pet. Okay, the one and only Miss Sue of Paint and Party with Miss Sue. She's actually pretty good at this.
I know, we painted
We'll be
her.
hosting a Paint Your Pet this Wednesday, 25th of May. It's not what you thought. You don't actually get to put paint on your pet.
dog.
This will take place at Michael's Burger starting at 5 p.m. So to create a lasting memory of your pet, you can start by messaging Miss Sue via the Paint and Party with Miss Sue page. You can send her a photo of your pet and pay the EC $135 charge per session via JAD. Now, Miss Sue will draw your pet on the canvas in a paint by number format, and then she will help you to paint at the event. I'm thinking about this, but I have 2 pets. Can I send a picture of my 2 pets together?
Maybe.
So message Miss Sue now to book your spot. A lot of people love their pets.
Yes, and Miss Sue normally has a great following, and myself and Jamie had the opportunity to paint with the one and only Miss Sue right here.
That's fascinating. I like that idea of doing like a paint by numbers of your pet. So then each person is painting their own pet. I hope it doesn't turn out like a caricature. You know, like when the people say to you, oh, let me paint you. We're talking about, let me paint you. And then when it comes out, it doesn't look anything like you.
Anything like you.
But then maybe it does.
I can tell you, Miss Sue's pet painting always come out like their dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen photos while she was here. We had some photos up, and the dogs do look alike. So the students and other persons that do attend her paint workshop, they do make their animals look like themselves.
Oh, that is really nice. So you should join Paint Your Pet with Sue. A lot of you fellas out there, I see you walking your dogs. So you should come and paint your pets. I see people walk their dogs. I never see them with their kids. Just saying. But you're always walking these pets, you know, never holding your girlfriend's hand, but you got that leash. I'm just throwing a throw out there for you.
Please
if
walk
you
your
love
pet.
your dog that much, you should join Paint with Sue.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining us today. It was my pleasure, of course, to be your guest co-host.
I know, filling the spot for the Jamie.
Filling in for
Who will
Jamie.
hopefully be back soon.
Jamie will be back soon. We're always encouraging Jamie, yes. And of course, I'm going to take remembering to follow your social media platform. I never get to say that, and I am the guest. Including Facebook, Instagram, and of course, YouTube at Studio 327 Inc. Like, subscribe, follow,
Please subscribe,
and
share. Yep.
Right?
And as we always say, leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of the show. All segments were my favorite part, especially the turtle part, turtle time.
Yeah.
So see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. when you will start your morning with myself and Naima again, right here at
On Good Morning SKN.
Have a great day.